All right, now China in the hot seat tonight. The Wall Street Journal reporting that China is selling nearly identical models of top-tier U.S. military drones to U.S. allies and even some enemies for a fraction of the cost of U.S. charges. As the U.S. of A. refuses to sell this technology across international lines, fearing it could end up in the wrong hands. So the question is this: which is more important, business or national security? Here to discuss, former Secretary of the Air Force official Rebecca Grant, Action Institute Programs and Education Director Paul Bonicelli, and the Federalist staff writer Bree Payton. Welcome to you all. Rebecca, I start with you. Which is it here? I mean, should this be happening? Should we be selling our drones? What gives here?
Business and national security are both important, but listen, what's holding this up is the outdated missile technology control regime. That's kind of down in the weeds, but it's a voluntary agreement. I'd like to see the Trump administration pull out of the parts of that restrict drone sales tomorrow or tonight. That is really outdated. It was never meant to address today's concerns. We need to get out of that part of the missile technology control regime and let our allies have our good drone technology.
Paul, do you agree? Is that the way to go from here?
I agree 100%, and this is another example of how much we lost in 8 years under Obama. This has been going on for well over a year. It's been known that China is trying to compete with us. They were going to do it on price, and they were going to do it with stolen information from us. The Chinese are building their rainbow drones based on our technology. So they've stolen that. They've done a lot of this. So this is a cyber warfare issue as well as simple arms buildup. The Chinese have a goal of keeping us from being the leading power in the world, which for us is the only way we have the free trade regime and commercial regime that we want.
Bree, to you, it occurs to me that if you allow China to make all these sales, then you're driving allies and enemies closer and closer to that country. I mean, isn't that the case? At the end of the day, we're really kind of legitimizing China, not, delegitimizing them.
Yeah, I don't know about it legitimizing or delegitimizing China. What I do think this shows is that it underscores the fact that there's no legal solution to terrorism. I mean, bad guys are going to get their hands on powerful weapons no matter what. I mean, just last year in Nice, France, over 100 people were killed by guys who were driving a truck. I think extremism thrives when we denigrate and mock the values that our country and other Western countries hold dear. And I think in that vacuum of space where liberal ideas are pushed out, extremism thrives.
So the countries that are using these drones from China, Egypt, Iraq, Jordan, Kazakhstan, Myanmar, I mean, it's all over the world that are buying up these Chinese drones. Rebecca, tell me what should happen here and what could be the ultimate result?
Well, nations buy drones primarily for surveillance, so they can keep watch over their borders and over other territory. Now, don't forget, just because these Chinese drones look a little bit like ours doesn't mean that they have sensors and other electronics that are the caliber of what we fly. But there's no question that our friends that are helping us, our coalition partners, really ought to have access to the best surveillance drone technology that we can sell them. And we can regulate this just fine through normal channels without that missile technology control regime. So we really need to make some changes, and I hope we see the State Department and Tillerson move out smartly on this one.
It's a complicated issue. Panel, thanks for coming in and chatting with us about it.
Thank you.
Thank you.